He was supposed to be Obama's pick, but Mitch McConnell held him up in the Supreme Court and wouldn't allow, he even said it, would not allow for Obama to have his justices nominations go through. So the 3 to me is illegitimate. Majority of the people in the United States don't agree on many things, but we do agree on most things. And abortion is one of them. Forget the poll and everything. You're not going to sit here and tell me that that is a majority of people that want abortion, that are against abortion in the United States. They are the minority. But yet, you care nothing about the minority. All you care about is about your Christian beliefs, and these beliefs that you have been passed down from situations from centuries to centuries. And then also, not even time and time again, Republicans have shown that they will sacrifice their own just to get what the fuck they want, and they don't care. Knowing that you're going to have some little white kids fall through the cracks, you still don't care. All you care about is tearing down those black families, tearing down those Hispanic families, tearing down you white. It's like white is right. And it's just like, reevaluate yourself, because that's not true. White is not right. I'm not saying it's wrong, but you're not the ultimate fucking power. Sorry, you're not. Have the shit that y'all have invented, you have stolen. Get the fuck over yourselves. Move the fuck over and let a nigga sit down. Kids, fucking kids. You have these justices that aren't doing what they need to do for the people. We pay them for the people. They're not doing what they need to do for the people. And on top of that, Scalise said himself, if I'm speaking, I think I am, a bad judge, paraphrasing, a bad judge would simply take Roe out of its ruling that it has been precedent for so long, it would turn out a bad judge would do that. And what did you do? You did that. So what are you're calling yourself a bad judge? You're horrible. You're an empathetic, pathetic judge. And as I said before, the only reason Amy Coney Barrett is even on the fucking court is just so this bitch can be a pawn. So when these greasy ass people these greasy ass men on the court can justify, oh well, they justify it like that one racist white kid justifies he knows black people. I have a black friend. That one black friend you have on Xbox Live from 2006 don't count as a black friend you have. Anyway, they sit there and they try to use that as a justification for all of these ramifications of things that they do. And it's just crazy. She is literally on the court just to be a pawn, in my view, just so that the men don't feel bad when they all rule over women's bodies. I personally, now I'll say this, at first I I did feel, but I was young. I was what, like fucking 12, nowhere near voting age. I felt, if a woman lays down to have sex without contraceptive, which they have, then she should have that baby. But then you have to think, then who's going to take care of that baby? Because if she's already irresponsible enough to do this, there's going to even be more irresponsibilities to follow. She may be irresponsible to have the right child care for the child. So now the child is somewhere off, not knowing what's going on with the child. And then years later, you find out something has happened to the child. Or in the simple fact, when you leave with the child with somebody end up killing the child. A litany of things that can happen. Or simply, she is a good mother, but she don't make enough money because she has to stay, for the first 4 years until the baby can go into daycare. But she don't have a job, nothing, so she's living with people. It's a litany of things, and then not only that, you want to force these women to have. I'm not going to even say that. It's not the point of forcing. You're going to permit these women to have these kids that they may have by mistake. Yes, some get pregnant on purpose and then end up not wanting a kid. Or what if they end up getting pregnant and find out, okay, the dad isn't going to do anything. I need to abort this kid. I cannot handle this on my own. I don't know. It's a whole bucket of worms, but I say all that to say this. There's more things we need to focus on, and although this is like a tack in the whole board of things that needs to be spoken about, these are the 5 things, the five case rulings. Okay, you have Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization, and that was the overturn from God, I don't know where it's from though. I need to look it up. But anyways, that was simply the case that said, okay, we're gonna shoot her out the window. Then you have the expansion of the rights to carry guns out. Myself, I don't see a problem with that. I think the type of gun is where I see the problem with it. Then you cannot sue police officers when they don't read your Miranda rights. So for y'all who don't know, Miranda rights is simply you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you agree to that? And you can either say yes, you can say no. I simply pled the 5th. Don't talk to me. I don't want to hear shit. Let me get my lawyer. Don't tell me a motherfucking thing, bitch. Don't ask me how the fucking sun looks. Don't ask me how my day is going. Keep this shit professional. Put me in a motherfucking back seat and drive me to the fucking station. Book me, bitch, and let me talk to my lawyer. Don't ask me anything you need to know from me is on my fucking ID. Anywho, yeah, so when cops are too fast to try to whoop off of your ass and trying to snatch you out your fucking car and they don't actually, read your Miranda rights, you can't sue anymore. And usually that, and you know what? Another thing to think about, that in itself, Miranda rights, a lot of that was used to throw out fucking cases. So now that don't exist, a lot of cases will not be unconstitutional because they will be done. It doesn't hold any water. Next is allowing funding for religious institutions. So state and church just don't have no fine line anymore. We got away with England because of taxation without representation. And to separate state and church. Okay. And now I remember growing up, it was a thing. I don't know if it was trying to take the Pledge of Allegiance out of schools or trying to remove praying. But one of the two, I remember being a big thing, and probably in the first or second grade, I just couldn't really recollect it. Now, school officials are going to be allowed to pray. And you know, it's not really a big thing to me because I've been, you know, growing up in the South, you at football games, they pray over you. And that's the thing we do, but don't force it down my fucking throat. If I don't want to fucking pray, I don't want to be prayed upon, don't pray on me. Don't pray for me. Keep it to yourself. Some people feel that way. And some people feel, you know, hey, pray. You in the South, you have people say, oh, I'll pray on it. I'll pray for you. Some people don't like that sentiment, but I digress. This is something. For the longest, I don't know how to feel. I'm upset. I'm very, very, very upset about it. But then also, it's a hopelessness. You know, you kind of get a hopelessness. But I just hope something comes through with it. But anyways, that's my take on it. I'm about to eat.